What's going on, guys? Prodigal Lion here. So I was watching Retro Replay yesterday. I'm sure if you're a Naughty Dog fan by now, you've probably already seen the show. But if you don't know for some reason, Troy Baker and Nolan North do have a channel called Retro Replay. They started it a couple years ago. It was originally intended just to be like playing old school games, just like really throwbacks and everything. But since then, they've actually started doing Let's Plays of the Uncharted series and now The Last of Us. They've already played Uncharted 1 and 2. They just finished 2, I think at least a month or two ago now. And The Last of Us, they wrapped up last week technically, but they had one more episode that came out yesterday. And it had Troy Baker, Nolan North, Ashley Johnson, who plays Ellie in The Last of Us, and Neil Druckmann, the director of The Last of Us and Uncharted 4. Now, it was a really cool episode. It was just them talking about all kinds of stuff with The Last of Us and the game and the Let's Play. Didn't really mention too much about Part 2. I mean, they popped up here and there, but it was very minute stuff, not like any new details or anything. But towards the end, I mean, they said something about Sony, it's about the sequel and like how they decided to actually make The Last of Us Part 2 and how Sony gives them the freedom to kind of do what they want, and that they made Uncharted 4, but they haven't made one since. But then he said it's not out of the question. So I'll go ahead and just throw this clip up on the screen for you just so you can see what I'm talking about.
Similarly with the sequel, is like, first of all, do we want to make it? And we're lucky that we have the freedom that Sony gives us where we can choose, right? We made Uncharted 4 and we haven't made another Uncharted since. Maybe one day we will, we'll see.
We'll talk about it.
So it's the same game.
By the way, what you just said, the internet just exploded.
So he just said maybe we'll make another one day. One day we'll see, maybe. And Nolan was just like, we'll talk about it. So, I mean, it's a funny little tease. It's interesting though. I mean, this isn't like really. I don't really legitimately take this like they're gonna actually make one. But the fact that they're even open-minded to another Uncharted, it's interesting. I never would have thought that would even be in the thought process for Naughty Dog. I don't expect to see, if we ever see another Uncharted, I don't expect it anytime soon. I have been reading rumors. I haven't covered it because it's Reddit rumors about the possibility of a new Uncharted being developed by a new studio. That's been rumored a couple times. I don't know if it's true or not. It'd be coming out in the PS5. So I don't know if that's true or not. So that makes this even more interesting, because I always assumed if we saw another Uncharted, it wouldn't even be from Naughty Dog. And then if we did see another one, what would it be about? I mean, I'm pretty sure Nathan Drake's story is done. I mean, I wonder if they would even continue with his daughter. I guess they could. But it'd almost be feeling like they're kind of beating a dead horse. I feel like Uncharted is Nathan, and it wrapped up his story. If they did another Uncharted, it should be more of a spin-off, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off track now. I still would love to see like a spin-off. I mean, like Uncharted 4 ended in a way where it was like teasing Sam and Sully would kind of go off and do some things because Nate's done with that life. So I don't understand why we haven't seen anything like that. When they made Uncharted, the DLC, The Lost Legacy, I don't understand why they didn't go that route. I feel like doing the Nadine and Chloe story was cool. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the game, but I feel like it felt like it was just kind of forced. It would have been better had they done a Sully and Sam, just because it felt like it would have been more natural. So I still would love to see something like that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a whole another Uncharted game, but if it was just like another short game like The Lost Legacy, I'd love that. So there would be something there. They could always go on with Nate's daughter. They could always kind of do a Sam spinoff, and maybe not even Sam and Sully, maybe just Sam. But I don't know. I feel like Uncharted is Nathan Drake and Elena Fisher and Sully. So I'd be shocked if and I don't see them making another Uncharted game with them being the focal point. It just kind of feels like Nate's story is wrapped up. I mean, they even went all the way up until like when he's past his life and everything. So with a daughter. So I don't know. But again, I'm getting off track. It's just interesting that they would even consider it and be open-minded to it. So yeah, just a cool little funny thing. I just figured I'd share with you guys. I'm sure by now it's already been exploded all over Twitter. I've seen a couple articles pop up, but I haven't read any of them. I don't know if any YouTubers have covered this. I'm sure they have. But I just saw it. I was watching the episode yesterday. I thought it was cool. But again, that's it though. Thank you for watching. Just interesting topic. They are going to continue with more of these Let's Plays. I'm pretty sure they're going to do Uncharted 3 and 4. They've already teased they're going to do a playthrough for The Last of Us Part 2 as well. I don't know how soon after the game that's going to come out. I'd probably imagine within the month, probably like in June or something. Because they do take their time on these. Like I remember, like I follow them on Instagram, and I seen them post something about episode they just recorded for one of the Uncharted episodes, and I didn't actually see that episode pop up until like 3 or 4 weeks later. So they record pretty well in advance and do a really good job with editing and just overall presentation. So it's interesting. So I'm excited for the next Uncharted playthroughs, the next 2 games, and then also The Last of Us Part 2, which I will not watch until I beat the game. But yeah. Anyway, though, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any comments on what you think, if you think they'll make another Uncharted, let me know down in the comments below, because I don't understand like how they would do it. It's just, again, it's funny to see that they're even open-minded to it. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.